Erling Haaland clearing header.
Live match Norway versus Ivory Coast. Guys, live match Norway versus Ivory Coast. Subscribe everyone. Norway versus Ivory Coast. FIFA 2026 live match.
Okay, over that side as well.
This is a live match transmitting FIFA. Ivory Coast versus Norway.
And how they
Haaland. Erling Haaland.
It's a war of attrition a little bit.
Ivory Coast team is very strong team, and even Norway is also a very well-known team.
Of course, knockout football, you don't want to make mistakes.
Guys, likes and subscribe, please. Likes and subscribe.
Get everyone back behind the ball. You try and block up and thicken up in the midfield areas to just make sure that you're safe and secure. Takes a little bit of the ambition away sometimes. The longer the game goes on without a goal, we've seen in the other matches, as soon as we've had a goal, an instant reaction from their opponents to try and get back into it. But all the time it stays 0-0. It's the way that these knockout matches often pan out.
Norway with some control, but not much room in which to exert that control. Keeping the passing short, bossing the centre circle, but
yeah,
they want to be, as Erling Haaland been gesturing, doing their business further up the pitch.
And they're not getting their best player involved. Well, certainly Cote d'Ivoire have had Yan Diamond and Pepe have had the ball at their feet, running at people, forcing corners, whipping a few crosses in. As of yet, Haaland.
Guys, tap. Live the screen.
Utilised quite enough.
It's a live match.
It's Sherlock. Diamonde's away here. It's calculation on the Norway right. And it leads to another corner. Hegem having to go across, snuff out the danger.
Just needed another option, I think, here, Yan Diamande. Bonnie sort of runs in the gully for him a little bit, but from there, look, they don't really have anywhere to go. There's a lot of white shirts around the ball, so they'll settle for the corner.
Diamande already the most touches, so he's in the game.
Certainly is.
He's the potential match winner, not quite in the style of Erling Haaland, but with his own repertoire of danger to the opposition, including corner taking. Bonnie lets it run, he's back his way again. Avenue for a shot. Now, the Adi. Working hard.
He did well in the end.
Very well. Tessier also.
Clever corner that.
Guys, like the stream. It's a live match. Like it, like this, like it.
Hit it in really hard. Another short one here.
Ivory Coast versus Norway. Ivory Coast versus Norway. Like the stream, please. Everyone like the stream. And subscribe my channel as well. Subscribe, live stream, subscribe.
I'd go down as a shot on target, but it would be a bit of an exaggeration to call it that. No trouble for Nyland in score the Solbacken's goal.
I think that the danger for Norway, they're waiting to go one down before they're going to really start perhaps playing a little bit more direct, playing over the top of the two central defenders, the Cote d'Ivoire defenders, to give Haaland a chase, give him a foot race with them, anything. But you know, you have these game plans where you want to make sure you're tight and you're secure. But if you're not careful, it's difficult to then all of a sudden switch it in the other direction if you go behind. So I think they need to get to half-time. Still a bit to do yet. And have a rethink about the way that they're going about this one.
Sangare, very good season with his
35-minute gameplay completed, but Norway 0, Ivory Coast 0. Both team 0-0.
Corner this time.
Both team 0-0. Please subscribe the channel. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Please subscribe it. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Everyone subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the live streaming. Like the live streaming as well. Subscribe everyone. Subscribe.
They haven't looked like a team that have been.
Everyone subscribe, please.
Group matches, and that's maybe down to their approach, but also down to the way Cote d'Ivoire are dealing with it.
Elia Ote, subscribe my channel. Elia Ote, subscribe my channel. Elia Ote, subscribe.
With the header.
And like the stream. Like the stream, please. Like the stream, please.
The Berger's hardly got into the game alongside Patrick Berg in there. So,
Norway 0, Ivory Coast 0. 35 minute first half, 35 minute completed. Norway 0, Ivory Coast 0.
Looking at Ivory, hasn't given him the ball.
Norway 0, Ivory Coast 0.
Popular member of the team, Berger. I don't often see him off the field without a smile on his face. Well, he might be smiling here if Norway can turn this incursion into the attacking third into something a bit more profitable. And Sherlock's done that. It's a header on target from Erling Haaland. But again, from a distance where it's going to be something very, very special, even for a very, very special player to score.
Yeah. Sort doing really well, actually, standing that one up, and he kind of has to take a couple of steps back there, Haaland. So therefore, really difficult to generate the power. But another nice cross. Good lead, wasn't it? Hung in the air quite majestically, but again, didn't really get the sort of power that he needs.
Fair play. Pressure by actually Nusa hurt himself in knee on knee. I wanted an offside. Hasn't been forthcoming. Norway just looking across at the assistant saying, gesturing, what's going on? What's going on for Patrick Berg is a decent run and a clever pass under pressure. Nusa accelerated. Now can they get towards goal with Odegaard's left foot blocking 7 players for Côte d'Ivoire plus the goalkeeper behind the ball. Sherlock has been playing like a cheeky winger.
He is, yeah. That's better though from Norway. Injection of pace and just a little more intent from them. I think Nusa's naturally the most gifted at travelling with the ball. With it at his feet, he's the one that I think that can get him from halfway line to the edge of the box quicker than anybody else.
And this level for Nusa again. Berg, Odegaard. Now Nusa tries for it.
Goal! 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 Norway 1, Holland, Ivory Coast 0. Stunning goal by
And that is another Dallas delivered special.
Nisha. Stunning goal by Nisha. Goal! Goal! Goal, 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 goal. Goal, 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 goal. Goal, 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 goal. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0. Goal, 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 goal. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0.
Shapes it beautifully.
African champion Ivory Coast 0 is almost going out of the World Cup.
It's been a bit of a struggle up to now.
Everyone subscribe channel, everyone subscribe my YouTube channel and like the video, please, like the video please, like this video please, like this video. Everyone subscribe the YouTube channel, like this video, everyone like this video. Everyone like the video please. Like this video, like this live streaming. Like this live streaming. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0.
That's a
Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0. Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0.
Massively going into the break. Now Côte d'Ivoire have just got to reassert themselves.
Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0.
It looked as though it would take something special because their general build-up was not particularly impressive and not particularly.
Norway 1, Ivory Coast
looking
0.
as though they were going to open up the African opponents.
No.
So he's
Guys,
done
subscribe
an
this YouTube
individual
channel,
moment.
please.
He's a
Subscribe.
fan's favourite
For more live
player.
videos, subscribe this
And
YouTube
with
channel.
this
For
being
more
Norway
and more
fans,
live videos, football
loving
live
what they've
videos,
just seen here.
subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Wonderful goal.
For more live football match coverage, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, everyone, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every day I'm going live for the live matches,
2 visits already.
for the live streaming.
And Norway come again. Odegaard. And Haaland will get there. He seemed to not be sure what part of his body he was going to try and convert with.
Brilliant. That's better. Look, you've got the big guys both in and around the penalty spot. Sorloth is who makes that contact. Once it then drops for Haaland, you're thinking it's going to end up in the back of the net. What a brilliant challenge. Absolutely fantastic bit of defending right at the last moment there.
From Songare.
Brilliant block.
And that could have been one goal followed by another.
Corner for
Really
Haaland.
been a hammer blow for Côte d'Ivoire.
Chance for Erling Haaland.
Other thoughts.
Chance for Erling
It's
Haaland.
a corner.
Goal! Oh my God! It's a real chance for Norway. It's a real chance for Norway to double the lead.
Almost getting one for himself.
Great ball in. Fabulous delivery. Look at
Hegem coming around the post,
Yeah.
and Erling Haaland as well.
Haaland and Hegem both waiting at the back post, but well, they've been, I think, quite predictable. But up the last 5 minutes, we've seen a brilliant goal and 2 great chances created, and they could have a
Guys, live this stream, live streaming.
going into half
Guys,
time.
like
They
this
really
live
could.
video.
There could be a
Like
couple of
the
goals
live
here.
video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, like this live video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Europe
Like this
looking
video,
for
like this video, like this
first
video. Guys, everyone
representative
like this video.
in the round of 16.
And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Germany and the Netherlands having failed the penalty shootouts in their games yesterday.
I will cover France match as well. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everyone subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to watch this live France match, subscribe to my channel.
Golf has made some good runs, but he's out of position here. Bonnie, Norway cluster around him just in time as Jan Diamonde came in. He was very nearly presented with a chance. The Côte d'Ivoire here. Conan. And they've been tallying up the corners. They're the ones who are celebrating. Teenager to take the corner again. Bit of height on it. Milan with a very powerful punch. Fernandez stayed back. Jan Diamonde again. Tessier does sneak into those positions. He's one of those midfield players who will run off you if you're not careful.
Yeah. Gets another corner. I think there's a slight deflection there off of Haaland.
It's being checked, of course. It's not a corner, it can be taken away. It's not the other way round. It's a debate for another day. Corner confirmed. And now Nicola Pepe with greater urgency to try and set up something from it in terms of a Côte d'Ivoire equaliser. And the shout by Agbadou, I think, was he feels he was manhandled to the ground.
He's saying that he had his shirt grabbed. Of course, there's so much of that going on in the box nowadays. Let's have a look here. I think Berger there, what he does, Martin, I think, yeah, there was a bit of grabbing, but I think if you let go quick enough, you can get away with it. It's when you grab a shirt and hang on to it, that's when you end up getting in trouble. Conceding penalties.
Andy, so
yeah.
didn't think it was a real standout penalty.
No.
And Thiago do it, found by the goal scorer Musa. gets a yellow card. The bookings from the group stage, of course, there's an amnesty after that, after all the nations have played 3 games, but it starts again. There is another amnesty later on as well. Delight and a little bit of disappointment there for the man of the moment so far. Has become Norway's youngest scorer at a major tournament. There's a 21.
It's a left-footed delivery, this one, from Pepe off the right side. Got to get that right.
Well, this could be a big moment. Close to half-time here. Oh, it very nearly was. And they were hopeful.
Was a good delivery.
That might have been an own goal in the end.
Ivory made the first contact, but it looks like it comes off of Sorlot there.
But goal kick is given. Sorlot flicks on. And Kaboo cuts it out. A couple of minutes into the 4, added on. And Norway fans are going to celebrate the players going in at half-time. And, unique way of showing their appreciation.
Yep, interesting first half. They started a little nicer, Norway. Gradually, Cote d'Ivoire got into the game, looked a little dangerous, threatened once or twice. Norway looking a little short with options in the forward areas, and then all of a sudden scored a great goal and could have scored again.
Really gone into any sort of high press. Got this all back in his players. They've relied on moments of quality, and he's produced the moment of this first half by some distance. Wolf has done well in trying to be an attacking trigger, more down the left than the right, really, for Norway. And that will be addressed at half-time by MS Faye. Just a little bit short through the middle, you feel. Cote d'Ivoire, they've got the wide players who are talented. Bonnie's not had so much support from maybe Kessier or Soulaï. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it's Antonio Nusa's half, Norway's half. Not in a definitive way in terms of the result, but go in with a goal safely banked and brilliantly taken. It's a great boost to the belief that they have plenty of. Half-time, Cote d'Ivoire trail their European opponents by that one beautiful goal to 0.
So who we play? Local crew. They haven't lost since 1996.
Top Beckham.
Didn't matter who showed up. They owned that pitch. They say Zidane didn't speak for a week.
Ivory Coast 1, Ivory Coast 0, Norway 1. First half completed.
Well, you could say that Cote d'Ivoire have a noose around their neck at the moment. but there is a chance to break free from that in the second period. Of course, as we've seen, the possibility of extra time and penalties very much part of the regulations at this stage of the competition. Now we've got some statistical deliberations for you. Pretty even in terms of possession and in attempts at goal. Those 9 corners from Côte d'Ivoire, really, set pieces are such a vital part of the way the game is played these days. To get a bit closer to converting one, which they didn't really do. Balls into the box, big Norwegian defenders dealt with, including Haaland back as well. Haven't really carried that much threat. Antonio Nusa has carried the threat. It's a very interesting comparison. 2 club mates, 2 great friends, and Yann Diamonde saying, I'm looking forward to seeing him, I want to beat him, but at the moment it's not going according to his plan. Again, pretty similar, but Côte d'Ivoire with Diamonde on that side are dangerous. It seems that Norway probably a bit more balanced down the right, which hasn't perhaps been the game that we've quite seen, but I'm sure those stats are absolutely correct. But it's just one special moment that separates the sides.
Alain Dominique, la Côte d'Ivoire menée 1-0 pendant ces 45 premières minutes. Quelle analyse vous faites de la prestation des éléphants?
Simplement, contre une équipe athlétique comme ça, on a peut-être du mal parce qu'on est obligé de jouer avec les ballons courts. Là, on joue avec les longs ballons et sur le plan athlétique, ils sont meilleurs que nous. Mais après, il faut en tenir le jeu, parce qu'on a fait une mauvaise première mi-temps. Moi, je pense qu'on n'est pas clinique. Quand je dis on n'est pas clinique, on a des occasions, on doit les mettre dedans. Si on ne marque pas derrière, après, on défend mal sur ce but. Mais tout est encore.
En seconde période, qu'est-ce qu'il faut changer pour essayer d'inverser la tendance?
C'est surtout jouer court. Jouer court. On ne peut pas forcément attendre la transition pour marquer les buts. On ne peut pas forcément faire de la transition. Il faut que nous-mêmes nous posons sur notre jeu. Et ça, on pourra arriver à faire. Parce qu'ils sont grands, il faut jouer au sol, il faut jouer vite, courir, mais pas que dans la transition. Il nous manque encore, mais je pense qu'avec quelques changements, ça va arriver. Merci.
Welcome back to Dallas, where Norway bring out a 1-0 lead. We start the second half. Erling Haaland's had a couple of headers. Haven't quite added to his amazing goal tally. He scored 16 goals in 8 qualifying games. Norway got 37 in those 8 games. So they have got power to add for the one absolute beauty from Nusa. Who has a good scoring record for his country. It's his 9th goal. Scored 11 minutes into his debut, actually. So, cemented the place pretty much since then. And for the Côte d'Ivoire, I mentioned earlier in the commentary, Andy, they were only behind for 3.5 minutes in the group stage. Or what was it, 39, but a few minutes added on, probably best part of 10 minutes really here. So it's an unusual experience. They've got to find a solution.
They have. Sure, they'll have gone through a few things at half-time. Of course, you can have a big effect from the bench. Martin, nowadays we know they've got players that are capable in that respect, so I would expect to see them show their hand in terms of changes perhaps a little quicker than Norway.
Yeah, you're thinking of Simon Adingra, of course.
Correct.
Also Amad Diallo,
Yep.
Who of course scored that goal against Ecuador in the opening group game. Evan Gesson, who's a unique character. He's won the Europa League and the UEFA Conference League in the same season. We can explain that if we see him. So second half underway. And Norway's approach here, I would imagine, to be pretty similar. They pass the ball quite cohesively through midfield, not particularly dangerously, but it's given them a feeling of being inside more in control for periods of the game. But Côte d'Ivoire, those 9 corners, just feel that you can't keep giving away corners without getting punished in the way the game is played these days. So we'll see. A lot at stake. Certainly the die is not cast here in Dallas. Berger.
One thing is for sure, Martin, is when at some point Côte d'Ivoire have really got to get on the front foot and start pressurising Norway when they are in possession with Odegaard and with Sander Berger. They're both very comfortable with the ball at their feet. Can't let them have it forever when you're behind in a game in a knockout phase. That's a bit of a wayward one.
Which Conan will deal with. And it is again, Monday, a little nudge down he goes. Again, confident to the ground start, the pitch holding up really well. And certainly been no awkward bobbles for us to excuse the players. It's funny, you probably feel he could get more involved in the game. Still really learning to be a member of the Côte d'Ivoire squad. A lot of faith placed upon him in this tournament. Plays for Inter and won the League and Cup double in Serie A. He hasn't played all the time. Maybe a bit to prove. Now, Leah has have plenty of ground in midfield. There's Aya taking a bit of a chance. Didn't go out. Conan steps in. Sangare hasn't ventured forward too much. He's patrolling in front of the back line.
I think that's because Conan in the fullback position and on the other side Doué, they do like to fly forward, and he wants to encourage that, so they don't have to think about it. When you've got a holding midfielder like Sangare, those fullbacks know they can be ultra positive.
Doué concentrating on his own job out here, be wondering whether younger brother Desiree is going to be in the starting lineup against Sweden. Soon to follow this. Ivory actually scored for Strasbourg against PSG. And his brother was sitting on the bench, wasn't on the pitch at that time, but didn't quite know how to react. His team were a goal down, but his brother had scored it. Here's Conan. Quite numbers in the box. Kessier was trying to get there. Here's Pepe. Goes on the outside. It's rather just through the... Oh! What a very, very dangerous ball from Doué. And Diamonde nicely threading it through. And then it's another corner.
It's a great ball, this one, Martin. It really is. First time, that's in the perfect spot, but it needed someone. Strikers usually are just a little quicker to anticipate where that ball might end up. And on that occasion, they're all on their heels.
Word to Kasunu. Close for the referees. Too close for the referees' liking to Milan. It's not quite the grabbing and jostling that we see in league football. They've been I don't see that very often. Maybe because the players don't place it wrong very often, but some of the ball has got to overhang that quadrant. It wasn't the case. The assistant referee couldn't have spotted it because he's down the other half of the pitch. Eagle-eyed referee.
It's another corner, Martin, that
hasn't gone anywhere.
Doesn't find an orange shirt. Exactly. You're not giving anybody a chance when you try and hit it too flat. As I mentioned earlier, take a bit of the pace off it and give people a chance.
It's Doué again, playing that delicious cross just now. He is starting to be a supply line here.
It's a nice bit of skill. He needs someone to produce a bit of skill when he produces a cross like he did. Brilliant ball into the box there.
Well, Norway lead because of a wonderful individual piece of skill. Emphasise your point. Diamonde, tapped by Conan. Tries to get the teenager away. Cross came Aya.
Is that throw in or a corner, Martin? Not quite sure which way that one's gone. Someone's got the ball.
Yeah, it's a throw. I could tell that because he had it in his hands. Second half quite not into its stride just yet. Norway knowing that a 1-0 lead is a fragile one. Conan. Better numbers in the box in the orange kit. Flips to Sangare. Need to set yourself a little bit better than that.
Yeah, need to settle that down. He knows it as well. It's unlike him, actually. He usually makes the right call in that sort of moment. Yeah. Oh, he's a young man. He wants that ball. Let him have it. Come on.
In baseball, of course, if it goes into the crowd, you keep the ball. So I think they're a bit cheaper in mass production. What the top footballers are working with here. I'd like one to say, I have to say, I love it because it's injected some long-range shooting into this World Cup. Holmgren deputising for Rierson at right back. The more stable character. Julian Rierson, known as a bit of a loose cannon, a great character. Here's Heckham. There you go. Trying to bit of a rope-a-dope here, draw them out, play past them. Risky. Encouraging Côte d'Ivoire to press, and maybe be a bit unwise in their positioning, a bit more vulnerable. Maybe that's what was said at half-time by Stroller Solback and his coaches. Well, they've won it here with Martin Odegaard, who loves to let fly with his left foot, but chooses not to. Gives it to Nusa. Oh, it's too high for both big men in the middle.
Yeah, good chance that. Nice play, actually. Just wonder if Martin Odegaard might have just hung on to that a fraction too long. Could have took the shot. But it was really good the way that he pinched it off of Sangare and immediately travelled into the 20-30 yards of space right in front of him. In the end, the cross that was stood up was just always a little too big.
I always wonder if those who spurn shooting chances like that maybe are not fully fit. They don't really fancy letting rip up. We haven't seen Harry Kane take a direct free kick, I don't think, in this World Cup from outside the box. So, of course, that may be part of the collective plan, but we've seen Odegaard, you and I, play a lot, and plenty of times he would have taken a different option for that situation. Here's Pepe to Doué. Blocked for Pepe, great save. Well, that's as close as Côte d'Ivoire have come. And Nusa going to get out of the danger zone. Good save.
Was a good stop. Doué actually, again, who just fired it into that area. And of course, it can go anywhere. Hits Hegem, comes back to Nicola Pepe on that left foot, more importantly. It's on his favoured side, and the goalkeeper makes himself as big as he can at the near post and just smothers it, but that's how quickly a lead can vanish.
Here's Norway trying to show how quickly a lead could be enhanced. Muster, and little shrug of disappointment. It came quickly to Pepe. He didn't have a chance really to open his body up to go to the other corner.
Just had to do what he did, Martin. I thought he hit it well, actually.
Sometimes the shortest route is the best one.
Yeah.
Kona. Kessier. And 10 minutes into the second half, it's as it was at half time.
But starting to open up. Can feel it's opening up even more now. I think that's the way it's got to be. Côte d'Ivoire are going to have to play with some risk. You can't have everybody back behind the ball if you're trying to get back into the game. So Norway are going to turn the ball over. They're going to have chances to create something significant.
Here's Conan. It's coming to Pepe again. It's a lovely touch, a lovely take. And a little product goal. That didn't. Behind Danny Infantino in the white shirt there is Erling Haaland's dad, Alfie. Of course, the former international himself. Free kick to Norway. Odegaard held well within shooting range for a right footer. The candidate could be, of course, Nusa rather, his ability we've seen with the right foot from the left. And Berg is another option, right-footed. He's walked away. Nusa's walked away. Captain's privilege. No, I haven't manufactured an attempt at the Côte d'Ivoire goal in the second half. It might be that and more as they seek a second to put a stronger stamp in this round of 32 tie. Odegaard takes and it just runs through to the keeper, but any strong touch seems to certain to score, even if it came off the defender. We've had a lot of own goals in this tournament. That could have been a pathway to another.
So close. It might have been Sander Berger actually very close to making significant contact.
There's Kone. And it's a corner to the Cote d'Ivoire tally into double figures now.
It does hit Sander Berger, it hits his hand, so had it then have dropped onto his foot and he knocks it in, it wouldn't have counted, but...
He scored one goal for Norway, and that was in 2019. But he was in there. Painful block by Nusa. Doubled up, but bravely standing up. And it comes to Jan Diamonde. Ivory. Really waste. A bit like Sangara's effort earlier, this time from Agbadou.
Yeah, that's a waste from Agbadou, that one. Here's the goal. This is the moment of brilliance in the first half. Look at that. Flighted perfectly. Wasn't hit too hard. It was just curled and straight.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's a lovely strike. And came at a really important point in the game, that. Because up to that point, they've been a little short on ideas in the last third.
Bonnie is off. Wahi's on and Ahmed Diallo's on. Here's Odegaard. Cote d'Ivoire needing to pep it up. Pepe nearly did that with that best effort from the African nations so far. Ulai has worked hard in midfield, but replaced Diallo can do extraordinary things. Smiling earlier, Martin Odegaard has got a competitive streak.
Yeah, wasn't happy there because he knows there's no need to concede anything there. He felt he didn't really do enough to put Conan on the floor. However, free kick it is. So they've made some changes. I'm not surprised at that. And the boys that are coming on, Wahi up the middle and Amad Diallo here. He's got to get involved as much as he can. Got to be clever and find a bit of room and do something special when he gets it.
There's Jan Diamonde. While he waiting, there's something slid into him, but maybe a little bit of self-expression. Too much from the winger. Out comes Muller-Wolfer, supported by Berg. Past Kessier. Muller-Wolfer is still going in that characteristic style of his. Wants a free kick, it's not going to get it. Looked a fair enough challenge. Pepe. Here's Ahmed Diallo. Looking for a little bit of support. Well played where Pepe was, and that's opened up Norway here. Wahi going in for it. Right position, but well marshalled. Good spot by Aya. Or Haggard, rather, I think it was.
Great skill, Ahmed Diallo there.
And appreciation.
Yeah, exactly what was going on, and really nice work.
Here's Pepe. I'm concerned about letting him get into a position where he could shot more centrally. Sangare. There's a lot of experienced competitors in this Cote d'Ivoire team. Monday threatening again. That was lovely play by the newly arrived Ahmed Diallo.
Yeah. They don't really have that obvious centre-forward threat, do they? But what they've now got, Martin, they've got a lot of guys who are really good with the ball at their feet and can manoeuvre it in tight areas.
Yeah, again, Kasuma has attracted the attention of the referee, the number 7. Being a bit too close for the officials' liking to land. I think they might try a short corner. Maybe sheer weight of numbers, one will find again the placement. Needing a bit of respotting. That's a lot of traffic around Milan. He gets through it, but he hasn't cleared it definitively. But, defending in the end by Haaland a couple of times. He goes herring forward just in case Conan has a mistake here, and he might. The goalkeeper's done well. Fofana. He recognised that the defender was in difficulties.
That would have been some goal, because he was the one that headed it, cleared it, chased after it.
Yeah.
And it would have been incredible had he been able to get on the end of that. You watch when that one comes in, it's his head there that knocks it up in the air, does the right thing, checks his near post, then he gets after it again and boots it away here. And then immediately sprints up the field and wasn't too far away from getting on the end of it.
He is a footballing Superman, isn't he? And on the fringes of it so far, but that's an important piece of defending. And if Norway do fashion a second goal to seal the deal, he would be favourite. He would get it. Milan read that well, because Wahi was coming in.
Good hands. Good work there from Milan.
Yeah, well, his ancestors used to row longboats, didn't they? Back. And Norway get a corner. Presence of Sherlock. Well, the fans need a lot of stamina in this World Cup as well. They have to do the travelling. But what an experience. Especially if your team is going to advance and you're going to see Norway play against Brazil. Of course, they famously beat the 1998 World Cup. Brazil had already qualified, but take nothing away from the result. In by Odegaard, but the referee spotted. We know FIFA are working on a law when they're pushing and shoving. If the ball's not in play, it hasn't historically counted as a foul. And they're trying to change that.
Yeah, I think that it is something we need to have a real look at, Martin, moving forward.
Off the line from Hegem. So close.
Oh, what a chance from Hegem. Did well, got himself into a great area, made decent contact, just fired it straight into the people on the line.
Well,
something's being checked.
Yeah, because if it's was it over the line, that's the watch, isn't it? That's given straight away these days. So
usually it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever check it was is over. The ball certainly wasn't over. Norway fashioning an attempt in the second half, and what a good attempt it was. It's still at one. It's the relief of Cote d'Ivoire. Wahi trying to play off him. A bit better with his back to the goal maybe than Bonny.
That's excellent play, Musa there. Lovely footwork.
Thinking about running in behind. He's got to stay on side. Whether he's done that, we'll find out. He's got the ball. Yeah, offside. So the attempts to get back into Cote d'Ivoire have had to wait for the hydration break. But Ahmad brought in and having effect in both parts of the pitch. Still the one goal from Antonio Nusa of RB Leipzig.
playing?
Local crew. They're legit. They play win or go home. This crew hasn't got home in 30 years.
Who's up next?
The times changed, the results didn't.
For real?
I know. Hard to believe, right?
Who's up next?
FIFA2026.
Peckham unfortunately fires it back to where it's come from. And it's Amad Diallo on the line who just about does enough, but and then there's that.
That's what they were
Yeah.
checking, Andy.
Yeah, when they're right, there's an awful lot of that that's crept into world football now more than ever before, and it is something I think that those that dictate the game will have to have a look at, Martin.
Well, there are those who think there's a bit too meddling with it.
ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਟੌਪ ਹੋਸਟ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਬੇਬੇ ਦੀ ਲੜ ਲੜੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਮੀਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਿਆ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਠਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੈ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਦੱਸ ਗਈ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਲਾਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਵੀਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਬਿਠਾਈ ਨੇ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਟੌਪ ਹੋਸਟ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੈਂ ਭੈਣ ਨੂੰ ਲੰਨ ਮਾਰਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੁੱਤੀ ਦਿਓ ਪੁੱਤਰੋ ਔਰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੋ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਕਾਂਟਵਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੋ ਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਫੂਦੀ ਹਮਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਕ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਠਾ ਸਕਦੇ
In a World Cup game, go on. It was against you.
Was it?
The Republic of Ireland in 1994.
Yeah. Oh, it was hot that day, Martin. I do remember. That was in New Jersey, 90 plus degrees. We needed a hydration break then, let me tell you.
I'm sure with the way that tournament went, you had a few breaks which involved hydration. So, Côte d'Ivoire having to dig in deep here. A very proud footballing nation. And they're within reach. And Conan! And the shot's going anywhere near the goal, but he's got into a good position.
Yeah.
They need more of that.
They do indeed. Lovely one-touch play to get the left back into another good little position there. But, yep, you're right. The right foot strike again wasn't really going to worry Neelan in goal. Really got to push hard now. Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes, yeah.
Their strength is in those wide areas with Yan Diamond and Pepe, but then they've got to make sure they get others travelling into that box. You've got to get three in there every time the ball's coming in. You've got to have people running in there, sprinting in there, looking for something.
No, they're trying to put some momentum into their play. Incidentally, Surlot was the other player who went off, as well as Nusa. So there's only one big attacker. It's not been replaced like for like. There you go, and then Berg.
I love
There
that.
goes Pedersen. The ooze from the rowing. Won't want any ooze when it goes to the other end of the ground where Côte d'Ivoire, as they did just a couple of moments ago, got within range in a shooting position. Just feel that they lack this knockout blow, really. They've been neat and tidy. They've played okay. Defensively, they've done okay. You need more than that. You're going to get through a World Cup knockout round.
Yeah, especially when you're behind.
Ahmad. He goes again. He might provide more. He's still going. Oh, sensational. Absolutely sensational goal. So they've replied to one with one of their own. With a tough act to follow Nusa's goal, but he's followed it. And how? Amad Diallo.
What a goal. What a brilliant bit of play. And how did they need this? Someone just to bring a bit of magic to the party, a little bit of invention, creativity, call it what you like. Brilliant little give and go, and then he kept going all the way. And then once he chops back on the left foot right here, he's only hitting it, and he bangs it in the back of the net. And the Côte d'Ivoire are back on level terms with a bit of genius, a bit of magic.
He never really looked at the goal. They say the goal doesn't move. He had his eye on the ball, and that produced total mastery, delirium from the coach. And for Norway, well, they don't want to be nearly Norway. They were edging towards the close into the, if you like, the fourth quarter of the game. But he's cleared one off the line to stop it going 2-0.
He did, you're right, Martin, he did.
And then he slammed one in at the other end in a worthy World Cup context for his country, for himself, and for the tournament.
Yeah. Do you know what? He didn't even, you're right, he didn't look, he didn't want to give anybody else the responsibility there, kept the ball and did it himself. And oh, what a great goal. Just when you were saying, they're just a little bit short of what it takes to perhaps...
Inspiration, weren't they? And they found it. He found it.
Just conjured up something out of nothing. Lovely little give and go and a brilliant individual goal. Well played.
And another tight affair in this round of 32. There they go. Do you think Solback and substitutions, which were a little bit on the what we have we hold side, might come back to haunt him?
Well,
Nusa off, Serla off.
I was a little surprised at Nusa. Surprised because he's a ball carrier and he gets you up the field, he relieves pressure. Now, I know the guys that have come on are also similar in that respect, but
they've still got Erling Haaland, of course, and others. And Oscar Bob trying to just wriggle his left-footed onto his right foot to get down the outside.
The attendance at today's match is 69,665.
Edison trying to lift it forward to Captain Odegaard. Haaland's repositioned around the penalty spot, and the ball might just come in from Pedersen. Not quite into the area of maximum profitability. There's a break on here. Wahi. Now Pepe. Wahi again.
oh,
Russell very, very close to that. He's waved it away. You went, oh.
yeah, because he
Penalty for you?
well, he tried to get there, didn't he, Pepe first? That little smile maybe suggests he was looking for it rather than absolutely certain of it. Referee, you're right, Martin, absolutely on the spot and immediately indicated he never saw a penalty at all.
And Odegaard. Plenty forward in white here. And the ball finally comes in. It's catching practice for Farmer. And it's again Diamonde. Game's opened up now. And Amad Diallo with the cutback, but he was offside. What about the penalty?
Yeah, big moment. Does Pepe get there first? There's a fraction of contact which I actually don't think is enough. When I see that sort of amount of contact, and I know it doesn't take a lot sometimes to send people to the floor, but I don't like to see penalties given for that sort of contact. I don't feel it's quite enough.
And Andreas Schjelderup, that wasn't given, having just come on. Moving forward by Pedersen. Now Bob. Great movement from Erling Haaland in the middle towards the near post. Odegaard. Now Bob. He's left Manchester City now for the London club Fulham. Trying to create a crossing situation here to involve the height of Haaland, the tower of power. That hasn't really been a factor in the game. A couple of first half headers. There's still time for him to write his signature on this match. Berger, Odegaard. Stoppage. And the referee saying to Diallo, well, we flagged up the Cooper flag for you on the NBA. Got the round of 32 on his chest, hasn't he? There's he knew where he was coming to. Well, that would be a real disappointment if this is something serious for somebody who's lit up the early afternoon.
He's just got a knock in his back, Martin. I think, what a goal, what a moment for him. When you send a sub on, when a coach puts a sub on, you want them to go and have an impact. Go and make something happen. And wow, what a great goal.
The Côte d'Ivoire for African football generally. Continent's having a good World Cup. Not about using his brain, he used his feet, that's for sure. Of course, he scored the winner against Ecuador when he came on as a substitute then. Inspiration, impact. Be back. This is good news for those in orange. Frederick Astas is coming on.
I'm not sure how much of that spray actually ended up when he's back there. I think it ended up in the front row, Martin, most of that.
As you well know, a lot of those sprays involve kidology and placebos. So there's a change at right back. There's Pedersen is off. Different kind of right back, Frederick Aslas. He was an interesting character because he didn't play in any of the qualifying games because he announced a couple of years ago that he was worn out from football. And he was used by the Players' Union as an example of how too many games are played. But in his defence, if you get the chance to play a World Cup, you might well recover a certain amount of energy. And I guess he's deserved his place in the squad. Well, it's an interesting development. It's an ongoing topic in the football world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Demands put on players. And he spoke up and said, I'm struggling, I can't play international football as well as my club games, but he's playing international football now at a time where he could make a difference, as Amad Diallo has just done from the bench. There we go. There is. And Iron. We're edging towards extra time. When you say that, usually a goal happens. I don't think it's said with a special reason. Here's Sheldon.
Good feet.
Deserves a 90-minute finale, really. Is the script written for Erling Haaland? Got Mo Salah due here for the next game. Messi now has a chance to cut back towards Haaland. Defending is strong.
Yeah, great block. He's been excellent, I think, today. For Cote d'Ivoire, up and down the right side, looking across things at the other end of the field, but not neglecting. His first job is to stop those crosses coming in as a fullback. That was good work.
And they're trying to get back to the sort of rhythm they had for long periods in the first half. Didn't really lead to them taking the lead. That was a moment of individual brilliance, as was the equaliser for the Cote d'Ivoire. Outness. Bob. Oh, it's a lovely ball for Berg, for Haaland.
Oh, Berg getting down through.
Well, it had to be. He rolled it into an empty net. He gets all types of goals, but they all count the same. But on the big stage, this is a mighty one for the Tower of Power. His dad is overcome with emotion, I think. Erling has taken it in his stride, as he did with the jump. It almost seemed to come off the back of his foot, and it crept into the net.
Oh, what a goal. Had to be in. What a great ball this is from Oscar Bob. That's a wonderful pass. Great awareness from Berg. And then you don't have to hit him, you don't have to smash him. You just got to make sure
he was worried.
And
he was worried.
It just
it wasn't a deliberate caress, was it?
I don't think so.
I've got to chase it. It's not going in, but it did. And this extraordinary player. However, you think you keep him quiet, and he hasn't been majorly influential. We could say that about a lot of the games that he's scored in. He's now up to 5 in the Golden Boot quest rather. And Norway lead with full time approaching.
Because he's thinking, was I close to actually missing that?
Pepe is off. And he's been replaced by Umar Diakite. He's on loan in Belgium from the French club Reims. Well, in the other games that have finished with a win without extra time to shoot out, the goals have been even later than this. So we need to take into account the power of recovery here.
Do you know that ball that Oscar Bob played, Martin, was like the one Elise played for Mbappe in one of the early group games. Brilliant pass in behind a defence. Great run from Berg and the all-important final touch.
Under hit, but overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly Alfie was, his dad.
He was, wasn't he, there? Yeah, he was.
It is amazing. This, Norway's a small nation, remember, 5 million population. No wonder the players tend to come from families, generations of players. He's trying to impart some of his legendary force then. Here's Bob again. But Patrick Berg, with that dynasty of family, he played a lovely ball.
Didn't he?
Bob,
because he could have took the shot himself there. Could have done. Would have been forgiven for taking the strike. But he had the awareness. He knew that the main man was just hovering, waiting, desperate for something rolled across the 6-yard box.
The family of footballers continues to enhance Norway's international credibility. The Sørloths, the Haalands, the Bergs, even the Solbakken, who's an ex-player, played in the World Cup, who's now, of course, the coach. Here's Ahmed Diallo, who's going to produce something special again, or some of his teammates have. Norway closing in on a place in the last 16 in a game against Brazil, but it's not done yet. It's the 13th consecutive competitive international for Erling Haaland has scored for Norway. And it's taken his tally to 60, and it might be 61 here.
There's no.
Having got one, he wants another.
I'm amazed he didn't hit it on his left foot.
Yeah.
It was a great run from him.
Well, Sheldrup's not too pleased with him, I don't think.
But in the end, maybe not.
No.
He made a really good burst there. And got himself in a pole position on his left foot, but just hesitated and the chance got away.
7 minutes to go. Cote d'Ivoire not. They may be down, but they're not out. Here's Kusunu. Yes, yeah, he's been a bit quiet by his standards. He's really a very imposing player. Playing for the team, trying to direct the traffic in the right areas. It's a weak ball from him. Haaland. So 5 World Cup goals in 3 appearances. Didn't take too long to settle to a new challenge in his career. Moved through for Wahi. He's gone down, wants to think he's not going to get it. He's had to look up at the referee, which rather tells you he might be in the shopping situation, trying to buy one then. Here's Conan. Oh, it's awkward for Milan. He's almost scraped it away. Diakate retrieves. Not done yet. Cote d'Ivoire. Where is Kessier? Cross. And one day launching himself at it, but I think technically that's the foul.
Well, it was fingertip stuff from Milan, wasn't it? Conan it was who gets into a really good area, and just he heart must have been in his mouth there, because he wondered whether he just dropped it into the path of an orange shirt.
This is an amazing goal because it's a combination of ecstasy and embarrassment.
Yeah. Well, it could easily have come off his heel, Martin.
Yeah, it looked like that.
It looked like it a little bit, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never in doubt, he was saying. Never in doubt.
He'll give a very honest interview afterwards, I promise you. He's a mischievous guy. He was at one of the Norway ports of call in this tournament. The media the guy got presented by somebody who didn't know, and he was just attractive. So he spun them along for a while. I mentioned him earlier, and then gets off, and then goes another tour of Hockenheim in Germany. Gets off, it's the one who's won the local league that we played in the earlier round for Aston Villa and won the UEFA Conference League because he played with the final for Crystal Palace on loan from Aston Villa. Here he is. Almost half the second added minutes.
Can they create just one good situation, Martin, now Cote d'Ivoire? Can they get it forward and just possibly find something from somewhere?
It is a thing in football, isn't it? Particularly with all this added time, there will be one more chance, you tend to say. I know you were suggesting it might happen. It wouldn't be the biggest surprise if it does happen because of the extra effort that goes in. They'll throw extra players forward, and they badly need it, of course. Otherwise, they're on the way home. Ball work from Sangare. Somewhat expression of resignation there. But it's not over yet. Diakite. And very nearly with Ahmad involved. Looking to the 1-2. Comes back to the exit. 2-8. Not a great defensive header. Comes to Sangare. Going to get a free kick there. Over enthusiastic. Odegaard. And they know each other from the Premier League, of course, and now Aya stepping in. Aya with fire.
Well, the Norwegian players will be better served here, facing the ball, getting the wall sorted out, and just keeping their composure. It's definite foul from Martin Odegaard. Sangare just goes past him and he pushes him, and then...
Yeah, these are experienced players.
Yeah, they don't need to get involved in any of that, Martin. They're so close to the finishing line now, Norway. Bothering with the wall. This is interesting. Usually, I was going to say maybe a couple. Looks like the goalkeeper's asked for.
Well,
no.
Yeah, I'll say, well, you can beat me if you can. It's a great goal. That's Neelan's leap over it. Oh, it very nearly happened from Amad Diallo. Well, if you don't set up a wall, you've got to pull off a save like that. And that's wonderful.
Great stop. Brilliant save. Excellent strike from Amad Diallo. It really is, but the goalkeeper was confident enough. He's basically said, let me see this strike. I don't want a wall. I don't want to be obscured. I want to see it all the way. And that's exactly what he did.
Last minute. Last chance for Côte d'Ivoire.